Right, onwards through the murky water. You know, in every older Metroid I've played, from Zero Mission to Fusion, I keep thinking we're gonna have to grab the gravity suit while underwater. Is this the game I remember that annoying thing happening from? Or is that Metroid Prime 2? This game has certainly made it easier to grab energy tanks than many of the others we've gone through so far. So easy, in fact, that I just don't feel as much satisfaction at the fact that we've got so much health. So many of those tanks just feel like gimmies, while we've most certainly gone through more effort for a number of the missile expansions we've seen so far. Oh, for God's sakes! Again, I don't like the idea of the game outright telling us we don't have the tools for the job here. Why not let us figure that out for ourselves? We certainly didn't need to be outright told during the 2D games. Again, I know this game is the first of its kind for this franchise, but do they really have to treat us with kid gloves so much during it and this far in? I know I'm not one who generally gives a damn about replayability, but much like Fusion, this game feels kind of a bit more awkward to just sit down and immediately replay, unlike Zero Mission, the 3DS game, Super Metroid, and Dread. But maybe I'm just not looking at it from the right angle here. Besides, I'm sure someone who's played this over and over again, after just completing it, wouldn't make the mistake of trying to jump somewhere in the deep water before grabbing the gravity suit. Hell, I'm pretty sure the average person who played through this game a number of times over the years even remembers exactly where the gravity suit is. I've certainly been bouncing all over the place quite a bit since my memory is clearly not as great as I thought it would have been here. Well, at least we no longer have the ugly underwater filter for our visor. And we're immediately back in the water, where we'll immediately leave it again. You know, part of me just had the odd thought that maybe Samus should be able to temporarily turn off her armor so she can swim to various locations. Of course, I then proceeded to shoot down my own idea because, dear God, that was pretty stupid no matter how I look at it. Samus has no ability to breathe underwater without whatever enclosed environment her suit has. Seriously, dropping like a rock is a small price to pay when you've still got the ability to breathe. There's also the fact that the wildlife on this planet is absurdly hostile, with maybe the exception of a few breeds of plant and fish. Taking off her armor willingly would be a pretty damn suicidal thing around here, but then I suppose that's always the case considering the places she tends to go to. Still, it's hard to avoid getting aggravated by the fact that we keep having to deal with grabbing the gravity suit in absolutely every game to deal with the exact same kind of water-related obstacles every time. It's one thing to lose the ability to grapple onto various points, lose varying types of beams, and various other offensive tricks. It's one thing to lose energy tanks and all that. But the fact that in every damn game we have to regain our ability to walk into warm rooms and be mobile in the water feels a lot more tiresome to me than the other things we have to keep grabbing over and over again. Right, was that all the artifacts we've grabbed since the last time we were here? Sure, placing those ones here didn't really do anything, especially since I don't see much visible sign that the artifacts are back in place, but still. We happen to be in the neighborhood, so there was no harm in coming this way to deal with that. Anyway, on to finding more ice doors for us to investigate. Right, guess we're going on to another elevator. Pretty damn obvious that despite each room being more vast, there are fewer rooms and sectors in this game than many of the 2D games we've gone through. Seriously, we have fewer sectors to switch around between, and we've been switching them pretty damn frequently around here. Okay, trying to remember if there was a reason I didn't go for that purple door earlier. Right! Can't just space jump to the missile expansion from there. And I'm pretty sure that the reason we didn't get to the purple door might be because it needs something extra that we still don't have right now. Still, no harm in checking, granted. The ghosts are a bit of a surprise in here. But then they've been showing up in some rather random spots anyway. We've certainly proven we can handle them even without the X-ray visor that the game claims would make it easier. Right, that's one down. Okay, so the ghost is dumb enough to try to shoot through the walls it can't shoot through. And that takes care of that one. Kind of disappointed we didn't see something just pop up after we dealt with the ghosts. But then that's only happened to us once in this game so far. Right, need the gravity suit for that too. Definitely should have remembered that. Well, this particular recording session has been uneventful, but at least the sheer amount of fast-forwarding means I can shove another bit of raw footage into this clip rather comfortably, and good God, I'm not about to fight those two ghosts again in there, if those ghosts aren't actually there for anything other than slowing us down on the way to a chamber we can't reach yet. Yeah, definitely not in the mood to fight these bastards. There's a reason that part of me holds Metroid Prime 2 more fondly than the first one. Even if the second game in the series is going to be frustratingly difficult, to the point that I will probably have to use some cheats to get through some rather choice parts of it, they did a better job of making the entire environment feel like a challenge for the player. The original Metroid Prime is where you get your feet wet and learn what you're capable of. Metroid Prime 2 is where you're challenged in just about every step of the way. Besides, considering how much backtracking we've done in this game so far, I don't see how Metroid Prime 2 is going to be in any way worse when I finally get around to working on that bit of commentary. Though I'm probably going to do a number of games between Metroid Prime entries, since I'm feeling pretty fatigued with this game at this point, and we've still got plenty of footage to go before we're done. Right, this seems as good a place as any to save. I'm just hoping that this next session we're gonna find things behind ice doors that give my morale a boost. it's certainly not encouraging when I look at the map. Not a single bloody ice door, really. I know these caverns have a hell of a lot of lava in them, but come on. The background track is one of the most memorable ones in the game, and I had remembered the Magmore Caverns being about as epic as the music in the background implies. Instead, they seem far more limited than my brain expected. Well, that was an embarrassing bit of damage. Now, considering the sheer amount of unneeded pain I've taken over the course of this franchise, you'd think it'd be harder to be embarrassed by now. Yeah, definitely nice to take the Flying Pirates and the Magma Serpents out in a hurry. In fact, I can't even call them fights anymore. Just how much of the damage I'm taking right now is because of me falling asleep at the wheel this far into the game. It's not like I took notes on how awake I was in a given recording session. Definitely nice to be able to take down a damage sponge in just a handful of hits. Though it's not so nice to be flung right into the magma and then run across it like a madman, because one single enemy we've killed plenty of times before now just spat us into it. Apparently, I'm not done taking unneeded damage in this clip. I know we've got plenty of energy tanks, but that's no excuse for me to get this damn sloppy. Well, we're finally in a room with an ice door. And apparently we can't get it anyway, because we need upgrades we don't have. Again. Bloody hell, that is discouraging. So much damage despite so little challenge from the foes we face at the moment. Well, at least I stumbled onto something new enough that I felt it was worth slowing the footage down for. That's got to be worth something. Right, just one more to go. Not complicated to do, but if you don't know you need to do it, it's easy to miss. Good thing I felt the odd need to scan that device there, sure. It's another overly elaborate thing to let us grab a missile expansion, but still, I'm hungry for some new stuff right now, and this most certainly feels like it counts as new. Right, multiple ball paths, but only one of them is safe for us right now. Just why did they have to make something this elaborate for a minor upgrade? If we did something like this to gain something like the plasma beam, I'm pretty sure it would be especially satisfying. Does that count as me being a little nitpicky? I'm pretty sure 20 clips into an LP, I'm free enough to pick on any nits I happen to see. But then I generally feel free to state my opinion from the start as well. Misremembered that it was an energy tank instead of a missile expansion. Though considering just how many energy tanks we've grabbed in this game, it feels oddly forgettable. A bit odd, since health is always more important than missiles, but what can you do when you've had so many? Apparently you can groan, because there's another barrier that we're unable to get through between us and more progress. I swear, the ice beam being able to open a lot of doors for us doesn't matter all that much if the doors, we can't quite reach them. Great. I'm throwing a tantrum by just leaping repeatedly into lava. No way further up from here that I can see. Guess this is just another clip with painfully little actually happening in it again. Still, this kind of frustration can't last forever. Sooner or later, we will gain more major upgrades and eventually reach the end. It's just that this middle portion is starting to really get on my nerves. Right. No other ice stores in this sector. Guess we're just gonna have to take another elevator, preferably to the ice section of the planet, since we've checked the other sections for progress. And it looks like it's still quite a trek to the only ice store there. That fast forward button has been getting quite a lot of exercise these days, hasn't it? Right. Thought I managed to take that guy out. You'd think that this far in that I'd avoid that kind of simple mistake, but then I've been making a lot of easy mistakes in this clip. Definitely not running on all pistons right now.